Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm currently editing this video and I just wanted to clear up that this video is supposed to be like my most embarrassing moments, but it's also kind of like my biggest regrets or like things that I did that I regret doing that like made me feel embarrassed. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like they were embarrassing things because I don't know. Whatever. Enjoy the video. I made this list a little while ago and it is my most embarrassing moments. There are a lot. I don't know if it'll be entertaining, but I hope it will be. I just thought I would do it as like a little story time about my most embarrassing moments because, you know what? Why not just share them with the world? Right? Life is too short to like worry about stuff like that and worry about what like other people think if you're like clumsy or whatever. So it's just like, you know, just do you. And if you fall and trip up or down the stairs, I've done both, just laugh at yourself because it helps you get through it. This first one was my freshman year of high school. What a wonderful time. No, my freshman year was actually like pretty decent, I would say. Although I was terrified of the seniors because that was the whole thing at my school. I don't know if it's like that at every school, but it's like the seniors hate the freshmen. They'll like, you know, like they're big, scary. They're gonna like throw food at you. They're gonna like yell at you, scream at you, spit on you, like I don't know, stuff like that. So I was like terrified. I was like, okay, don't want to go near the seniors because like they're gonna like beat me up or something. I mean, that never happened, you know, but could have. But basically what happened is I was walking upstairs to go to one of my classes, and the thing about the school that I went to is the stairs are so small and there's so many people going up and down at the same time. It's just like, it's so cramped, right? And you're trying to rush upstairs because you only have 5 minutes to get to your next class, which might be all the way over here when you're over here. So you gotta like run, basically. So I was rushing up the stairs. I don't even remember what class I was going to, but there were these two senior, I'm assuming seniors, senior, junior guys walking down the stairs, and I was walking up the stairs. And mind you this, we just wear backpacks in high school, so I wasn't carrying anything. I mean, I might have been holding my phone, I don't remember. But I was walking up the stairs and I tripped and I fell forward on the stairs. And like I said, these stairs are very crowded, very busy, so there are people, so I'm holding up the traffic, you know? I'm a roadblock, essentially. I'm embarrassed because I just tripped and like all these people could see it, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm pretty sure I was a freshman, okay? I was an insecure tiny little fish in a big new pond. They looked down at me, these two senior guys, and were like, oh look, the freshman can't even walk. And I was like, that made me feel so bad. Like they were just like literally making fun, like, oh look, the freshman can't even walk, like, oh. And I was just like, I mean, it was so stupid, but like now that I think about it, but then I was like, like don't make fun of me, like, you know. I was like, I was so upset at the time, and so yeah, that was definitely not one of my brightest moments for sure. That happened several times again throughout my 4 years at that high school. I would trip down the stairs, trip up the stairs. So over time I just got used to the fact that like I'm gonna trip at some point, you know? It's just bound to happen because I'm very clumsy. Sometimes I would even trip on flat ground. So that's fun. Okay, the next one. I would have to say this is one of my favorite embarrassing stories of mine. So I was in PE in middle school and we were playing football outside. I've never played football. I don't really know how the game works. I mean, I get it, you get a good ball, run to, I don't know, across the field. So we were playing, and we were playing with both guys and girls, right? And the ball was tossed to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have the ball, I just need to run. So I started running, and I remember this so vividly. And to this day, I remember this so well. It's crystal clear. I was running so fast. I can't even like explain to you, like I can see myself like what was happening. Like, so I was running so fast, okay, right? Here's me running. Yes, that. And I kept going, and all I was focusing on was just running. I was just trying to get to the other side so that I could get like a touchdown or whatever they're called. Yes, I'm not into sports. Not athletic at all. But I was just running as fast as I could, and I noticed, I was like, something doesn't feel right. And as I was running, it's like, you run straight, right? And as I was running, I kept starting to like lean forward as I was running. So basically it's like I was falling this whole time. So I'm just running and running, and then at one point it's just like I run, and then I run, and then I start just like leaning forward as I'm running, and then I just like knock out, like face plant at some point as I'm running so fast. And so everything around me was just like a blur, and I was just like, and everyone just like stopped, and everyone was like, I remember everyone just stood there and like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And I just got up, I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then I looked down, and it was like my knee was like all scraped and bleeding, and I was like, oh, guess I was pretty bad, you know? So that was pretty embarrassing. You had to be there, you know? I mean, like I said, I can like literally picture this moment in my head, but it's hard to describe outside of my head. I was gonna make this into a whole separate video, but I decided not to because it was just too long, and I was gonna be too petty in it because of stuff. But in middle school, the big thing was to have blonde hair. Not just any blonde, not this dirty blonde that I have. Bleach blonde. That bright, sun-kissed, out of the bottle blonde, right? So, I got the infamous Sun-In. It didn't turn my hair orange, it just turned my hair blonde. So I had this like bleach blonde hair for a while, right? And, you know, I guess I liked it when I had it or whatever. I had very light blonde hair when I was younger. It's just as I got older, it's more of like a dirty blonde now, light brown, I don't know, whatever color you want to call it. But over time when it grew out, it was just kind of weird to me because I would have like my darker hair and then it would stop and then be blonde. So what I wanted to do was dye it back to my natural hair color. What I did not do was test the color before I put it on my entire head. So I ended up dyeing all the blonde parts red. I don't have many pictures of that because I tried not to have that many pictures of that time in my life because it was not a good time in my life. But I remember going to school, and like even my friends to this day, they're like, we know you dyed your hair. But I was always like, I didn't dye my hair because I was so embarrassed about it. Like I literally was like, no, I don't know what happened. It's just, it's natural. Like I was just so embarrassed about it. Like I literally, that year, I think it was 7th grade or something, I literally wore headbands every day to school because I don't know why, but at the top it was like more red. And for some reason, I don't know, it was a big mistake. But yes, it was like very red, and it was like noticeable because like obviously my hair is not really red. I say red, it was like more of like an auburny kind of color, strawberry blonde, I don't know. I wore headbands every day to school because I was so embarrassed, and yeah, everyone knew. That happened again in high school. I wanted to get balayage, however you say it. And the person I went to did not know how to do balayage. They ended up just doing chunky highlights that started like right here, all around my head. And I literally had a mental and emotional breakdown for like a week. That was fun. That was, I think, my senior year of high school. So I was already, you know, just one big emotional wreck, and then on top of that, just another emotional breakdown to add to the bunch. Fun. That's why I'm just like, I don't really mess with my hair, the color anymore. I'm just like, you know what? Because every time I've done it, something goes wrong. So I'm just like, you know what? At this point, I'm just gonna let it be, and it's just gonna be. So I haven't touched my hair, the color, since, like I said, senior year. So there's probably still some remnants down at the bottom, but everything else is natural. Hello, this is me editing. I can tell you for a fact that there is no blonde left in my hair. At least no fake blonde, no bleach. You know why? You know why I know that? Because after that happened, and I was literally crying because I hated my hair, I literally wanted to shave my head. I literally looked up like how to get color out of your hair. Like I did that like, what do people use? Is it baking soda? I don't even freaking know. Like used everything like DIY to like scrub, and it just kind of like faded out over time because there was no way I was gonna keep it like that. Also, the pictures might not show how bad it is because I only have like those 2 pictures because it was so bad. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like I legitimately cried, like sobbed because I was so upset about it. And I had one picture that showed it really well, but I deleted all those because they made me so upset. So I was like, every time I looked at it, it made me so angry, and I would just like start crying and get all upset. So I was like, okay, I need to like get rid of those. So I don't have any of them, but those are the only ones I have. Okay, that's all. Enjoy the rest of the video. This one I literally thought my entire world was going to end because I was so embarrassed. So, I had a crush on this guy in, I guess it was 7th grade. Yeah. It was Valentine's Day. Great old Valentine's Day. And at my schools, we would do this thing where it was like Valentine's gifts, where you would like you could send little notes with like a little candy or whatever. So I sent out a couple, and I mistook the one that I was sending to my crush, which was supposed to be anonymous. First of all, why would I send one to my crush anyways? Stupid. But I was going to send one to him and one to a friend, and I mistook them, and I accidentally put anonymous to the one to my friend and my name on the one to my crush. So the awkward thing about that, like that's awkward enough, right? You know, little like 12, 13-year-old me, you know, oh my gosh, I have a crush, you know. The thing that makes this more embarrassing isn't just the fact that I sent him a Valentine's thing. We were in these like, basically a homeroom class at the end of the day, and it was kind of like a time, I think they called it like homework time or whatever. Basically it was like 30-45 minutes or something where you get to start on your homework and do that, and he was in that class with me, and that class period was the period that they delivered the notes. And the more awkward part is the teacher that was in there. Like, I loved the teacher, he was so nice, but he chose to read them out loud. Okay, like, who's this for and who's it from? And so then he like read mine, to, you know, his name, and then from Lauren. And I could tell he was like, oh gosh, and everyone was like, ooh, and I was like so embarrassed. I was just like, oh my gosh, kill me now. Like, I mean, I don't know, it's just like at that time, it's like crushes, they're just so like, oh, I don't want to tell him, you know. But of course, I mean, you know, he found out after that, and that was embarrassing, but I'm over it now, so it's whatever. But at the time, that was very embarrassing. I'm sure there are a lot of other embarrassing things that have happened in my life. Probably many of them I've just blocked out, you know. yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And, you know, I guess it's just a little reminder that, you know what, we all have our embarrassing moments, and you know what, it's just life, you know, and so just embrace them. Embrace your clumsiness, embrace the embarrassing moments, because they make for pretty good stories, no matter how embarrassing they are. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below for more if you haven't already. And until my next video, bye!